MMA fighting here at UFC 228 Media Day, speaking to Tatiana Suarez, who fights Carla Esparza on Saturday night. First up, Tatiana, I mean, when you came off of The Ultimate Fighter, it really felt like you had a lot of momentum. And then you only had, the injuries kind of slowed you down. You got one fight a year. Now this is already your second one in 2018. It feels again like people are talking about you in this conversation. Does it feel like you have this momentum back?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I have the momentum back. I mean, in their mind, I didn't have momentum. In my mind, I did. So it was because obviously I was hurt and stuff like that. But yeah, no, in my mind, I was never slowed down. So it's just in their mind.
Well, it's interesting because she's the former champion. She's the one who's been at the top of this division for a long time. You're the newcomer, but you're the second biggest favorite on the card. What do you think that says? Like, what does that say to you?
I mean, I don't really think about that stuff. I just think that they know. They know that I'm a force to be reckoned with, and I'm coming for that belt. So I just think it's inevitable and it's a matter of time, and this is just another stepping stone to that. But right now I'm focused on her and I'm focused on the fight.
I mean, both you and Carla obviously come from a wrestling background. Just as a pure wrestler, how do you assess her skills?
As a pure wrestler.
Yeah, like her wrestling abilities.
I mean, we're just on different levels in terms of wrestling. So I think she's a great wrestler, but just on a different level than I was. I was at the top of the level, and she was like here. But I was the best of the best, and she was a good wrestler, and she's still a great wrestler. And she's been the thing about her is she's been able to implement her wrestling into her MMA game, and she's been able to do it well. So I think that's good for her. I think, and I thought she was great before. And I think she's great now. But I'm here to win, and that's I'm gonna have to take that from her. So.
How would you assess her skills at this point? Do you feel like she is a well-rounded fighter, or is she still relatively one-dimensional in your mind?
No, I think she's a well-rounded fighter. I thought that obviously her stand-up wasn't as good before, but it's getting better and it's improving, and that's. That happens with everybody. Everybody improves in certain areas, right? So, that's our goal. The thing with MMA is especially for women, it's relatively new. So, sometimes women were just solely good at, striking or wrestling, but now, over the years, they're becoming even more better at it, and becoming more rounded fighters. So, I look forward to the fight, and, the same thing with me, I'm becoming more well-rounded. And even my coach was saying, yesterday, he was like, well, I can't wait till a whole another year because you're going to be even better than you were this year. And I'm like, yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy to think about that you're going to be better in a year, so but I just think he thinks I'm a beast, so
So I mean, paint me a picture. What is it going to look like when two of the best wrestlers in the division meet up? Will you try to out-wrestle her just to prove a point?
I don't think I'm gonna do it to prove a point. I'll just think during the time that it's happening, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna out wrestle you because I'm better. I don't think it's to prove a point to everybody else. I'm not thinking about them. I'm thinking about me. And obviously in every area of MMA, you're always battling. It's never to prove a point. It's always okay, you kicked me, I'm gonna kick you harder. It's just a thing. It's competitive nature that we all have. So mine's just super extreme and crazy. So.
I mean, this feels to me like the last fight before you're just getting thrown right into that top 5 chase. Is that what you want? Is that what this feels like to you?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I think that's gonna happen, inevitably, because if you beat somebody that's number 6, you're definitely gonna be number 6, So that's gonna happen. And I've always said, if you take care of business and you do, what you have to do. I mean, there's really you know what I mean? Everybody's putting oh, or when you beat her and then you beat her and this and that. I'm I don't really think about that stuff. I just kind of focus on the person in front of me, and then things will happen for me when I beat them, So, that's what I'm focused on, is just getting the win and then going to the next one. But right now, I'm focused on solely her.
I'm just curious because when you look at the strawweight top 10, there aren't a lot of really powerful wrestlers. Right. Do you feel like you're almost the stylistic kryptonite to a lot of the top girls here?
I definitely feel that way. I feel like for them, they're gonna try to, either they're gonna try to chase me to hit me, or they're gonna try to stay away from me and hit me, or try to stay away from me and hit me. But I have good footwork. I'm very, very long, which sucks even more for them because the thing with Carla, not to say anything about her, she's shorter, right? So sometimes people can get away because they have more leverage than her. Well, they're not going to have that with me. I have leverage, and I have wrestling, and I'm rangy, and if when I start throwing these hands, they are hard, and they do hit hard. So I do hit hard. So people just haven't seen it yet, but once they do, they're like, oh man, she's evil. I'm just kidding.
Well, hey, and last question. I mean, it's obvious you're very confident. How do you get it done? How does this go down? What does it look like on Saturday night?
I just feel like it's gonna be a dominant performance on my part, and they're gonna see on Saturday who I truly am, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to finally put on a performance that I know that I can, and I put on performances every fight. I've been dominant, and I don't think this is gonna be any different.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.